Hi everyone, I am Maria Lee Esopero and I am here to report my topic about children with mental retardation, for children with physical and sensory impairments, and for the intellectually gifted students. So first, for children with mental retardation. Those with mental retardation require pacing instructions slowly. In assigning tasks, the teacher should give students more time to think about it. So mental retardation is also known as intellectual disability. So it is characterized by a below average intelligence. Children or people with mental retardation or intellectual disability can and do or learn things or learn new skills, but they learn them more slowly. So we all know that we have different IQs and intelligence. So we expect nga na mga bata nga hinay og process sa utok or slow siya. So dili na siya bulok ha, slow lang dyan na siya. So it is very important for the teacher to give some task for the children to think. So it is very important. And this will allow them to experience success. So next, teacher should explain task concretely, specifically, and completely. So it is very important for the teacher to explain task concretely, specifically, and completely for the children or for the learner to understand. So, importante gyud ni nga i-explain sa maestra because lahi-lahi taog IQ and dili na siya pasabot nga in-neglection nimo makasabot jud dayon ang bata, right? 'Di ba? So, it is very important for the teacher to explain the lesson or the topic for the children to understand. Sunod or next, think also about including vocational and generalized skills in the curriculum, as some of these children can join the workforce as soon as they get out of school. So, teaching vocational and generalized skills. So, this is very important because this will help them to get their jobs, and teaching generalized skills, this can be used in their day-to-day living. So it is very important for the teacher to also teach students with vocational and general life skills, as it may help children soon or for their future. Next is for children with physical and sensory impairments. So those with physical and sensory impairments, like those with physical and health problems, experience limitations in learning. Thus, the teacher should have a better appreciation of these limitations and, if possible, know how the students feel. It is also required from the teacher to know what to do in emergency situations. So, we all know that having physical and sensory impairments is very hard and difficult in terms of learning. So, the teacher should have a better appreciation of these limitations for her or him to understand the children. So it is very important also to know what to do in case of emergency or in case of any worst situation or scenarios. So next is for those with visual impairments, they should first be oriented with the layout of the classroom with their limitations. The teacher should be patient with them and should be allowed extra time for learning and performance. So, visual impairment. So, these are the students with difficulty in reading, or for example, blind. They are blind. So, nearsighted, farsighted. So, it is very important for them to be oriented with the layout of the classroom. So it is very important kung unsa ni dere dapit mo ni ang books. So, muna diri ang mga lingkuranan. So, it is very important for them to know kung unsa ang setting sa classroom. So, next. For those with hearing impairment or hearing loss, auditory presentations should be supplemented with visual materials. Occasionally, check comprehension and understanding by asking them to repeat what was said. So, these are students or children nga naay problema sa pandungog. So, it is very important for the teacher to present visuals in order for the children to understand. Because, di ba, kay bungol-bungol man sila na ay circumstances nga dili sila kasabot. So, dapat mag-present ang teachers og visuals nga makita sa mga bata aron makasabot. And it is also helpful to ask them to repeat what was said for them or for the teacher to evaluate if nakasabot ba ang bata. So, make it a point to address deficiencies in reading and language skills. Others in the classroom should be taught different modes of communicating to those with hearing impairments. So, it is very important po to teach other children on how to communicate with children's having hearing impairments for them to interact, diba? It is very important ka magtudloan nimo ang uban nga bata kung unsaon pag-interact sa mga estudyante or children nga naay difficulty in hearing. Next, students with severe and multiple abilities may require highly specialized services or teaching. Basically, the teacher should have a mindset that all students can and should participate in class activities to the full extent possible. Pair students with and without disability in same activity but with different objectives for each. Identify and teach those behaviors and skills most important for students' general welfare and successful integration in the regular classroom. Next, recommendations for students with physical and sensory challenges are along providing access to the same opportunities as that of other students. So, dili siya ingon nga if naay disability is dili na niya makaya and wala siya opportunity nga mahimo ana nga butang. So, it is very important nga ang teacher is naay mindset nga kaya sa bata o kaya sa bata nga mo participate sa classroom and mabuhat niya ang mabuhat sa uban. So, it is very needed to have a mindset like that. So, avoid developing overdependence by providing assistance only when students really need help. At this time, the use of technology like computers, programs, and applications to facilitate student learning and performance is highly recommended for them. Next is for the intellectually gifted students. Gifted students or those with unusually high ability or aptitude served as challenge in teaching. The teacher should be able to keep in pace with the giftedness of these students. So, intellectually gifted students are those students who have higher than below average intelligence. Given their high abilities, they should be provided with individualized tasks and assignments which they can independently work on. So, the teacher must provide tasks and activities that the students or the children can do alone or kaya ra niya buhaton. Goal setting should be made a regular activity for the students and this should be encouraged. Teachers should expect a much wider diversity of students' characteristics in the classroom, which calls for the application of methodologies in line with the framework of learner-centered teaching. The teacher can look at differentiated techniques and instructional materials in teaching students, whether they are with or without special needs, especially if a classroom is a mix of students with or without special needs. So, a teacher needs to be considered the situations. So, she or he must provide techniques and strategies unsaon niya pagtudlo sa mga bata. So, especially those with special needs, they have to be taught differently. They have to be extended much more accommodation. That's all. Thank you.